Hi everyone, my name is Timmy Dope, but some people call me Timmy. Well, the reason I decided to put this on and to speak is because I just find out that as an African woman, something has to be done. And mere looking at the fact that what you're being taught by your mom, she was also taught by someone who happens to be her mom. So it's a generational thing that passes down from one person to the other. And I've so much understand that some of us females or women think that we are not beautiful enough or we don't have everything that it takes to be who we want to be or what we want to become. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Obviously, you see yourself. So when you see yourself, do you feel hated? Mere looking at the person in the mirror, or do you feel you can get better, you can do better? You know, what is your opinion when you look at yourself in the mirror? You know, because you don't put the makeup on does not mean you're not beautiful. Because you don't do so many other things people do outside doesn't mean you're not beautiful. You are beautiful. You've got a good brain and you can make use of it because God gave us everything we need. And as much as we can put effort into everything, there is a possibility of getting a better chance, a better answer to even things you would never think you could get an answer to. You know, it's just amazing how someone can look at you and say, oh, what's wrong with you? Give you a negative comment. That's not you. Everything that happens to you has to be from your own definition. And everything depends on your decision. So if you wake up in the morning and you're feeling, not so good, open your mouth and just say to yourself, I'm not going to feel bad today. I'm going to feel good. I've got so many things to give. And I'm going to make sure I affect someone today with a good and a positive feeling. The little smile you give has a way of reproducing to someone else, which will bring joy and happiness. We all look at our parents, we look at our guardians, we look at those that are older than us, and there's something about them you want to do, you want to become. But the funny part is, those decisions you make or the advice they give you still boils down to what you tend to do with them. So if you make a decision and you say, oh, it's because someone gave me that decision, it's not that person's fault. It's your fault because you took the decision on board and made use of it. People can only give you advice. If you make use of it, then it becomes your own decision. Women are so powerful. I still trying to figure it out. There's so many things that we women do that is just so awesome. Women, what do? They care so much about everything in the environment. They sweep the house, they tidy the house, and yet they still want to go after something. Some wants to have kids, some want to have a husband. These things are women's, way of life. But the issue is, how do you handle it? How do you handle being a good girl and being a good mom and then being a good wife? Or you start from being a good girl, then being a good wife. It's a matter of choice and it's a matter of doing things in a better way, in a better perspective. Because obviously, a man who comes to stay with a girl has come for either to be with her for the sexual part, or to stay with her because she's got something in her head. something worth staying with her for, something worth keeping her for, something, you know, you could, she's what showing up for. So it's not always about sex, it's about how good your IQ is, how good you can maintain yourself, whether a man is there or a man isn't there. Women can do it. It's not always about what men can do for women. Women can make it better. You know, women can make a man's life better. But it doesn't have to mean that you have to be too proud or be too, whatever it is, a woman still has to be humble. A woman still has to be loyal. A woman still has to find a way to be faithful. Not having an affair with someone else, even though you're married or you have a boyfriend. That is not the only definition of being faithful. Your character, your attitude is also being faithful. You know, because we're not perfect, but it's worth a try, because whatever you do, you're doing for yourself. If your man is happy, it's because you've been good enough and he appreciates what you're doing. If you keep yourself busy by, you know, finding something you can do, whether it's reading, you know, occupying yourself with something that could bring a good result is better than being idle. Because when you're idle, you gossip, you watch a lot of TV, and what does TV do? TV just makes you sit in one place. You know, we cook, that's what women do, but there are ways you do cooking and comes out well. We can't continue to just say, oh, a man is going to come one day and help. Men will come and help, but we all know that after a while, if you're not giving something, even as a female friend, if you're not giving something, she won't stay. You know? So it's worth the effort of making yourself better, being better, no matter the situation. And if you have any question or anything you want to say or add, I'm here and I'll try and come back again.